What's up, YouTube? It's the Console Samurai. And over the last year on my channel and in gaming news in general, we've talked a lot about Project NX and what it could be. We've heard it was going to be anything from a optical disc-free device that was heavily cloud-based to a standard console with just a very unique controller with a, like I mentioned in a previous video, with a touchscreen across the entire surface. We've even heard it was going to be a console handheld hybrid. But we really don't know anything about what the NX is going to be. Hopefully Nintendo will explain later this year. They said they were planning to make an official announcement and that we may even get the NX later this year. All things depending on timing. But this video is not going to be about what the NX could be. This video is about what the NX is expected to be. See, gamers all over the world are expecting Project NX to be Nintendo's savior, to pull them out of the nosedive they've been in since the Wii U launched. And the Wii U has, or the Nintendo has been in a nosedive because the Wii U is a failure. And it's not to say it's a bad console, but comparatively, it is a failure. It is not doing as well as other consoles have done, historically or currently. And you can blame that on a variety of reasons. You can say that's because, well, it didn't really have a great library when it launched, and that's very true. It didn't have a lot of games to sort of get people's attention when it first released. You can blame it on the fact that it wasn't really marketed very well, which is very true. A lot of people did not know that the Wii U was a new console. They thought it was just an add-on to the Wii. You can blame it on the fact that even today, it still doesn't have the greatest library. It has some great first-party exclusives like Splatoon and Super Mario, Mario Maker, things like that. It has some really good, high-selling, really popular first-party exclusives. But it doesn't have much in the way of third-party exclusives or third-party games. It doesn't really have much to really catch people's attention. If you're a die-hard Nintendo fan, it's got what you want. But if you're just looking for a console with a big library, you're not going to go to the Wii. You're not going to go to the Wii U. But in reality, it probably is a combination of all those reasons. But like I said, we're looking at Nintendo, the Project NX to pull them out of this nosedive. What if we're wrong? What if the Project NX is a failure? We're putting all our hopes and dreams on the NX, hoping that it will return Nintendo to its former glory. And there's a very good chance that the NX will not do it. And, you know, I'm hoping that it will because I love Nintendo. I've been playing Nintendo since the NES came out in, what, 87, I think it was, here in the States? Something like that. So I really do hope that the NX does bring it back to its former glory. But realistically, there is a very good chance that it won't, that the damage is already done. So what happens to Nintendo in this case? Just as a company in general, not even talking about a single console anymore. What's going to happen to Nintendo? Nintendo has come a very long way from where they started. They started out, even before the NES, they have been around for over 100 years. They started out making playing cards. So they've come a long way from being a simple playing card manufacturing company to one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world. It's a huge jump. What happens if they go back? Well, it looks like Nintendo does have quite a few options. They, of course, do have the handheld market, which the Nintendo 3DS is doing very well. Not doing as well as its predecessor, the DS, but it is still doing very well. It's making Nintendo plenty of money. So they do have the ability to just kind of abandon the home console market and just focus on handhelds. But at some point, the 3DS is going to fall out of favor. And as smartphone games grow faster and faster and faster, the handheld market will grow smaller and smaller and smaller. Now, again, Nintendo seems to have planned for this as well. As you may remember from previous video, Nintendo has partnered with a company named Project Dina or DNA, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, to actually market smartphone games. Now, they said don't expect to see any of their first-party titles being ported over, but if the NX fails and the 3DS, the 3DS kind of goes the way of the dinosaurs, we might see more of our favorite Nintendo games being ported onto smartphones or whatever else Project Dina and Nintendo may branch into. That's always, of course, a possibility. But there's also the possibility that Nintendo could do what their biggest competitor did. Nintendo could just stop making hardware altogether and just become a software distribution company like Sega. Now, a lot of people say that it's not a good thing because Sega has really kind of taken a downturn when they just went to software. Some people say that it's even better because now all the games that you wanted to play are available on everything. Because as I mentioned previously, people really love Nintendo's first-party exclusives. So how great would it be to be able to play a Mario game on your Xbox or your PS4 or your PC? Well, how great would it be to be able to play Legend of Zelda, whatever new one is coming out, on whatever system you want? Because now Nintendo has just gone to making software. This is a very real possibility. I'm not saying that I think it's going to happen, but it is a very real possibility that the NX will fail and that Nintendo will need to come up with a backup plan. And it seems like they've got kind of the structure already in place. Maybe they planned it in case the NX doesn't work, or maybe they're just branching out and this works double duty. But tell me what you think. What do you think about the possibility that the NX could fail? Do you think that the NX is going to save Nintendo from what they've done to themselves with the Wii U? Or do you think that they're going to end up like Sega making games for the PlayStation and Xbox? Either way, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Once again, I am the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.